Well, that was a fascinating little off-road adventure that didn't really go too well. Well, that was a fascinating little off-road adventure that didn't really go too well. Still off-road, because we still got to drive 3 kilometers back by, they call it the Blue Lagoon, and frankly it kind of looked like a waste dump. But we went over this bridge a few times, which I'm sure this violates mom's rules. But drove over this, because we're trying to get over to that. Church was built, I believe, in like the 13th or 12th century. It's the second oldest church in Albania, according to Wikipedia at least. There's another dispute because there's another church we're going to go to another day. It says maybe it was built in the 10th century. Because a lot of these records will say like when the site was mentioned versus when they're like positive for sure it was built. And when it was mentioned, maybe it was when it was built, but we don't know for sure. Well, it's there. We're not quite sure how to get across this like marsh or swamp, but this might be as close as we get, but still pretty cool, pretty beautiful. I think I'm ready to call it. I've been standing here trying to figure out how to get over to there. I'm not quite sure how. Like this is I don't know what this is in front of us. I think it's a swamp. Is this swamp or wetland, you think? I mean, there's dead turtles around here, but I mean, I have no idea. I think you might have to go like all the way around, like behind me here, back over, but we're not even sure to get back there. Because if we drove on the roads till our car definitely not going for, suffered a little bit of damage. Just a little superficial. Very, very superficial, very easy to fix. Just, I don't know how to fix it, but anywho, yeah. So, it's quite nice. So, we went from beaches to this. We went from a parking lot where a woman in a G-string was literally just pouring water on her breast and rubbing like this to this. I don't know if I ever saw that lady. It was like duck or goose and turtle poop in here and horse poop. So correction to Kevin, current Kevin has the right facts. This was built in the 12th or 13th century. The earliest known historical mention of it, the earliest mention of it in the historical records from 1307, but because of similarities to other similar churches in Bulgaria and former country Yugoslavia, they think it was built in the 12th century. Some people even say the 10th century. But either way, it's the second oldest church, maybe the oldest church. The number one that they confirmed was oldest was built in the 11th century. So if this one was built in the 10th century, it would be the oldest, but it's beautiful though. It's very nice.
And still in good condition.
Yeah, it's good. We think we figured out how to get there. You gotta go around, but we're almost positive we can't go in the church anyway, so we're calling it a day and going home. We're on our way to Berat, and we stopped at, we're on our way to Berat, we're stopped at 2 places today. The Blue Eye, because we didn't get to see the one in Theft, because I got sick and almost died on the trail. And 2, a monastery. The monastery, the church of the monastery of St. Nicholas, built in about 1224, close to ancient Phoenice, and stands as the names revealed between 2 rivers. I'm reading off the sign, I'm cheating. The sign said this is funded, the restoration works funded like a Greece-Albania joint venture. They're very close to the Greek border, so this is, I think, one point with the Greek Orthodox Church, or maybe it is now. So all the road signs are in Greek down here too, so very interesting. Caretaker let us in outside doing some gardening. We're inside. It's beautiful. Looks Greek. Looks like they covered up the original walls at one point. And you kind of see here then you have like this inscription that they've carved out. There's another one up there too. There's a little spot here where you have like the original painting underneath it. My nephew might say we have a new empire entering the chat. I don't think we've talked much about the Byzantines. This is a Byzantine church. Actually, I think we saw some of their architecture the other day when we were at the other Butrint. That's what it's called, Butrint. That had a Byzantine temple, I think. Sorry. I'm like looking at this, but there's a whole field of cows over here I was kind of watching. But beautiful, beautiful. Caretaker doesn't speak English, but I think he was saying that the blue ceiling all has the paintings underneath it too, and they're doing some restoration work to try to get it back. I also mentioned we're only like 15-20 minutes out of Sarandi, which is like, you know, the tourist hub we were kind of at before, and there's no one here. I get the feeling they don't get a lot of visitors up here, but they should. This is really cool, really beautiful. Was that a pig with a dog on it?
Yeah, it looks like a pig.
There you go. We looked it up. So these blocks around the edge that have the figures on them are thought to predate Christianity. This temple was built, or no, this church was built on the site of a monastery. That's what the ruins are around it. But they think also it was a pre-Christianity site as well, and they just took these blocks and used them to make the church, which is pretty incredible. There's also some, I don't know if this is it, because it looks like a column, but there are also some blocks from the 3rd and 4th century BC, and there was another temple here before that as well, so it's pretty old. What'd you think?
That was so cool. It was amazing. I love it when it's like not really fully like restored and like they're still working on it. I love that you can kind of see they're like kind of chipping away the layers, and you can see, I don't know, you can just see time passing. I just love it.
Now, there's a couple churches like this in Albania, I think. There's a lot of these old churches that are probably not that restored yet. So obviously it's a country that for many years was under a bit of a dictatorship, and it was an official and atheist state. So I don't think they really gave much thought to restoring these churches. Frankly, they blew up a lot of the churches and mosques during that time. So this church is still here, so restoration will probably take a long time. Honestly, I would bet not in our lifetime will it be finished, because it does not seem to be that popular. And I don't think they get a lot of visitors, and I don't think it's a big priority. So, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they can take their time and get it right. But I agree with Iris. Like, we can see some of it, and at least they kept in the, I don't know, it would be the part where the part of the church where the priest stands. They at least have that part cleared off. So. Next time on Have a Heist Day.
This has been used as a toilet recently.
What's that?
I said this is a bakery, which is cool. It's a very cool bakery. It doesn't smell like it's been used as a toilet recently.
No, not at all. Not at all.